everyone, it's me, Dana from Dana's Antique Goodies. Welcome back to yet another video. Ow. So this is just basically another, flea marketing video of where, you get to see all the fun and neat things I brought back with me. All the good deals I, made, all this stuff. Well, up until this point, or up until now of this particular video, it has, not that I strictly just want to do videos like this with just flea marketing, because flea marketing, thrifting, antiquing, it's pretty much all the same thing, isn't it? You make a video of all the things you brought back with you, vintage wise or whatever else, all the good deals you made along the way, all the money you potentially saved and stuff like that. I don't even know what I'm trying to say here, but up until now, all the other videos that I've made before this, much like this one that I'll, currently doing as we speak, or as I speak, I should say, have all been flea marketing videos. Ugh, can't speak for the life of me. But, yeah, it was me and Jamie and maybe his one buddy, and we'd go to, like, all these different, indoor, outdoor flea markets, antique malls, stuff like that. But I think, actually, now that I think about it, the only video I think I've made of me coming back with some thrift store items was this little itty bitty one. And I also announced in that video, it's the day I got my license. That was pretty cool. But, this is a big one. This is, like, my biggest haul of thrift store goodies I've ever seen. Well, that you on this, channel has ever seen. And also, you caught me in the middle of my supper. But that's okay. I'm gonna do this video while I eat, if you don't mind, that is. That's some good potatoes. So, Thanksgiving, never made anything. I just didn't feel like it. Until yesterday, around like 10 in the morning. Well, I mean, for most normal people, that's normal to get up. I don't usually get up until at least 12:30 at the latest, maybe 1 or 2 o'clock. But I've been getting up pretty early as of lately, like 8, 9 in the morning, and then by the time 10 and 11 o'clock come around, I just can't go back to sleep, so I just stay up and do things. I made some handmade mashed potatoes and this delicious looking green bean casserole over here. And I got some water. So let's get started. Move my food out of the way for now. Okay, let's see what I can see on the camera. Okay, see this guy first. Okay, so first place we hit was the thrift store. Not the Salvation Army, not the Goodwill, but literally just thrift store here in Pennsylvania. First thing off the bat. Oh wait, no, this isn't from there. Never mind. What did I get from there? Oh. Okay, the first thing that caught my eye at this place was this. These little cooties out there. Yeah. There's a decapitated head from back here. Voila. He is fine once more. So, I picked up this guy right here. It's a vintage, I'd say, I guess, a 60s happy looking Easter Bunny cookie jar. I don't really know what to say. It is your run-of-the-mill ceramic cookie jar. bunny cookie jar. Sorry, I'm all tongue twisted because I'm really hungry. I don't want to eat all that much in the video. No, no, it's a little awkward. But yeah, I picked this bad boy up for $6.96, so $7. That ain't bad. The only one I could find of this guy on Shmeebay was actually two. One in white, like this, much like this one, and then one that's completely brown, which would be like a 70s thing. And they're asking, I think, 80 to $100. But this guy isn't for resale. He's mine. Now, I'm not really a cookie jar type person. I just like figurines and stuff, but I don't know, something about this guy particularly. And I'm not really all that big into Easter, or well, collecting Easter type stuff, but I don't know, I really like this guy. Whoever painted him and stuff did a really good job. And he also has this this texture to him, almost like he's fuzzy, but it's not fuzzy. If you were to put like that flock stuff on him, that would be actually a really cool idea. He would actually be fuzzy, but I just like the texture on him. And some bits and pieces are chipped out, like craters on the moon. And then he has a big chip here on the ear and a chip on the front of his hat there. And I think there's one on his foot. Yeah, down below here. It's actually the texture that came off. But whoever had them before they went ahead and donated them took really good care of them. And I know the people that kind of set up the stuff, I mean, they don't necessarily want to break it, because if they break it, then it's non-profitable to them. They would just, I mean, they could just easily throw it right in the dumpster out back. But they took very good care of handling them for only $7. You know, putting them up out on the shelf there for someone like me to come across and pick on up. But yeah, I really like the way he looks. It's a really cool piece. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to cut the video here, and I will be right back because my phone's at 5%, and that's not gonna work for making a video. We take another bite here of these potatoes. Very good. We'll be right back. Well, for you, it'll be instant, but for me, I have to wait a while. See you soon. Hi everyone, I'm back. Phone's all charged up, and we are ready to continue with the video. So, as we left off before, there's this guy. So initially when I purchased him, and the other thing over there that I will be showing you shortly, or well, sooner than later. I initially purchased possibly for resale, but after getting to know the both of them a little bit more, I don't think I could bear to part with either one of them. And let me tell you why. I really fancy them. Well, this guy for now. I really fancy this guy. I really, really like him. I really do. I'm not too fond over cookie jars all that much. It's just not my thing. I'd rather, you know, collect all them knickknacks and stuff, but I don't know. I just really, really like them. I like the colors. I like the texture on his I don't know, his body. I like his face. Like whoever painted, I mean, whoever owned him, way before me, of course, and painted him and all that, a really good job. Did one heck of a job. I really like him. And all these minor imperfections, like the chip on his ear, and the front of his hat, and all the little itty bitty crater chips in his texturedness. I don't know what, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I could easily just send them off to some professional, uh, ceramic restoration place and have them all, fix them all up and have them as good as new. But I probably won't be doing that anytime soon or at all, because it's very costly and there's not much wrong with them. So I'll probably just keep him as he is, and if anything were to come up in the future, I'll probably send him off to get all fixed up again and brought back in his restored condition. But he's perfect the way he is. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I really like him. I like this bunny boy. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and move him over here, and I'm gonna show you that he's actually not in too bad of shape. So here's a better look at the chip in his ear. See right there? It's chipped on the top of his hat there. I gotta just rub this off with some hot soapy water, like with a sponge or something. But he's in overall really good shape. This is the inside of him. Here's his lower half. Here's those little crater things I was talking about. See those little chip marks? Yeah. He has a little bit of scuffage here, like a dirt scuff of some sort. Or just a scuff in general. This is like a dirt scuff. It's like brown. I don't know what that is. Whatever this is, some dirt marks. Here's the bottom of him. He obviously wasn't rubbed all around the counter like 50 million times, like from moving him around, because he has like no rub marks on his bottom whatsoever. That's insane. And the inside of him is pretty clean. This is just a defect. Yeah, that's just a part of him right there. Yeah, that's not dirt or nothing. It's actually pretty clean, and doesn't smell like nothing either. So whoever had him before me took real good care of him until he ended up at the thrift store. Fortunately, they might have not taken as good care of as the original owner did, but now I got him, and I really love him. He is now a part of the family. Ugh. And do I plan to put cookies inside him? Probably not. Realistically, probably not. I don't know how they did it back then. They'd throw a bunch of cookies in the cookie jar, and they would just never go stale. I find that hard to believe. Yeah, it's enclosed, but there's no like rubber sealing on sealing. You know what I mean, like a container. Keeps it airtight. In this case, not so much. I guess you had to get to them pretty quickly if you didn't want them to go bad. So, back in those days, you didn't really want any food to go to waste because it was hard to come by. Didn't have the money for it, so wanted to kind of eat up everything you had around the house. If I'm saying that correctly, I don't even know. And here's the other thing I came across, and I just had to have it. Now, this is something I usually want to buy, says the girl that bought the, blow mold, Google-eyed teddy bear rocking chair. Again, something I usually wouldn't buy, but I just couldn't go home without it. It had that real neat, spooky face to him, Just the Google eye said it all. Oh, and by the way, with that rocking chair, remember I said there's like a blue counterpart online on eBay? Well, after taking some closer looks at the other one, it doesn't even have its original Google eyes. They're brand new, like the ones that have like the sticky backing on them. Like they peeled off a sheet and they stuck it into where eye sockets were. And I could tell that because they're brand new, like white, and they're a lot smaller than the original outlining of, what do you call it? Crevice of where his eyes were? His eye sockets? I don't know. But mine, they're original. Not just because they're yellow, but they fit with it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not an expert in telling the authenticity of something, but hey. Anyway, this is what I got. This is a 1980 Mattel toy. Scoot along Mickey Mouse. So initially, when I saw this face, it's not a nice old rubber face. Peering out from one of the shelves where all the other like ride along toys were, and scooters and stuff like that, or not scooters, strollers and stuff, like the baby section for toys. I thought to myself immediately, oh, it's just another generic, like 2020 Mickey Mouse toy that some kid got for like Christmas, and it got like real beat up and didn't want to just throw it away, so they, donated it to the thrift store to some other kid who can get some use out of it. Maybe their parents could fix it up and stuff. But after getting a better look at him, I soon realized he wasn't new. He was old. And it says it all by the blow mold type body. I mean, you don't see that anymore. It's usually this very chintzy and generic type plastic that breaks very easily. So not only does he have a very blow mold type body, but he has this like rubber like head. And I really love it. I love it. So yes, he's from 1980 by Mattel. Even has his caution sticker still on him. Or well, the Mattel sticker. It has both. It has both Mattel and caution. It says, never use near swimming pools, on or near hills, roadways, driveways, alleyways, or steps. Shoes should be worn at all times. Only one rider at a time. True that. So, what am I saying here? So, yeah. He's like in mint condition, like someone bought him, took him out of the box, and just had him stored away for years. I don't know. And the reason I say he is like literally brand new isn't just because he has the sticker on him. There's not like a single what am I trying to say? He's not worn at all. Like used and abused. And one of the telltales for that is that none of the four wheels on his body have any like surface marks, like scuff marks is what I'm trying to say. Like nothing. Even the little metal nuts, nothing. Like no rust, like to say that he's been sitting out in the rain, the kids left him outside and he got rained on and stuff. Well yeah, then his sticker wouldn't even been on him. The pieces of plastic on his wheels, like the excess from when the mold was put together, and then like the mold was put together, and then this machine sneaks up behind and spurts all that like plastic into it, and then opens up and pops out that plastic piece. Well, has all this excess plastic on it, and none of it's rubbed off. It's like I said, like new. It's literally brand new. The only defects on him is, I'd say, factory defects, like his paint job and stuff like that. Like he has these little red splotches here, but I think that's just from the paint job. And then he has some like dirt marks, like like on his tushy. See this? Like it's not even a scuff mark, it's just dirt. Like you can easily take that off with a nice hot soapy sponge, hot watered soapy sponge. Wet hot soapy sponge. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, he's in overall good shape, other than your minor factory defects, like say like this, like what is this, his collar? See, this isn't going to be perfect all the way around. It's going to be on the yellow. It's going to overlap. Like some parts it's okay, some it overlaps. That's just factory. But yeah, I really like them. Really like them. I like his rubber face, his blow mold body, his cheap and chintzy plastic ears. Like, I have a feeling this is like the first thing that would be broken, because this is like the go-to plastic we all use nowadays, or will have given to us nowadays. We don't have any of like this fancy stuff no more. Literally like a plastic blow mold body, a rubber head. What more? Bleh, what more could a girl ask for? But I really like them. I really like them. Like I said, other than just the factory defects and from the mishandling of the employees, the staff at the thrift store probably, or whoever's had them before, they've donated them, and depending on how they packaged him to have him, you know, dropped off and donated to the thrift store, they did pretty good. He's alright. So is the bunny, but can't say so much for the chip in the ear and whatever. Where is it? Whatever this is. Like, I don't think this is factory defect. This is just from being mishandled. But other than that, he's in really good shape. Like, phenomenal shape. Both of them. Both the bunny cookie jar and the Mickey Mouse Scootalon toy. You know, I really like the both of them. Oh. And yeah, I gotta get this off. Yeah, he was so the bunny, what was $6.96, so $7, and this was $14.91. Not even 96. Yeah, $14.91. Kind of weird, but so almost $15. That's not bad for him, because the only ones I could find online, again, Shmeebay, Etsy, I think there was at least one on Facebook Marketplace. They're in really rough shape, and they were obviously used and abused, and none of them even have the original sticker on them. Not even in poor shape. They don't have the sticker there no more. You could see the the rectangular outline from where the sticker was placed, but there's no sticker there no more. And he ranges anywhere from $40 to $80. So easily, with my bunny cookie jar, if I were to restore it, possibly, I could definitely ask $75, maybe. And then this guy I could definitely ask about maybe 75 to 80, and he's like brand new. So if someone was really into something like this, I'm sure they would definitely pay me up for him. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I mean, I keep saying you guys know what I'm trying to say, but it's like, I don't know. Yeah, I really like this guy. Mickey Mouse. M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-C. So, that's those two. Oh, and then I got these, which aren't as exciting, of course, as those guys. But, show you what my boyfriend got first. Oh, well, showing you. So, apparently, they used to sell these at, I guess, the Dollar Tree. I never owned them, but they're really cool. It's a Coca-Cola glass, literally in the shape of a Coca-Cola can. And when you go to fill it up, it, I guess, perfectly fills up to the same amount as what's in the Coca-Cola can. I got 2 of these. And that's all they had was 2 of them, and I think it was like almost $5 for the both of them, but that's not too bad. Yeah, it was like $4.94 for the set of 2. So that's these. Oh yeah, and this in particular thrift store, they mark everything with this what is it, like an oil type crayon of some sort. You could either wash that off depending on whatever kind of surface they go and write this oil type crayon on for the prices, with just, you know, your run-of-the-mill hot and soapy water with like a sponge or an old toothbrush, or just the skips of your nail. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. And depending on any other surfaces, they recommend not nail polish remover and all that, but like WD-40 does the job well, and it doesn't, you know, ruin the actual product. So, you know, heads up for you. If you happen to go to the thrift store or any other thrift stores you've gone to that do the same thing. And then I got these, so I almost feel like a well, I guess if all the old stuff I do own, I guess I am like someone of the past. I don't know, but so for whatever reason, I'm really into collecting old plates with fruits on them, fruits and vegetables. And I'm not talking like 1930s old and stuff. I mean like the 90s, 2000s, stuff like that. And I think it was last year, I went to this estate sale and bought like half a set. And I'm not going to say the full set because most of it probably was missing or broken. But with this set, with the majority of the set I did end up with, it has like fruits and stuff on it. And we went to this church where, again, you guys heard this if you watched that video before. You know, you pay $4 and then you just keep going in and out, and so you can't fit no more in your car, you know, just stuff. And there was like these 5 or 6 plates, and I think it was only 5, and there was 2 pairs and then 3 pairs of another, and I got those, and they have fruits and stuff on them. And then I found these 2 at the thrift, and before that, I think it was last year too, I got these smaller ones, and they have like farmhouse cats on them. You know, those big fat cats that look very plain Jane. You know, farmer. I call them farmer cats, like folk art cats. I don't know, but I got these 2 little plates that go together, and they're both, I think, tuxedo kitties, but one's different than the other. I got these plates that I figured would be nice. And for the set of 2, it was $3.93. So for the cups, $4.94, so 5, and then this would be 4. I thought these were really cute. And again, much like, oh, I didn't say that before, but besides the bunny and the Mickey Mouse, there's not a thing wrong with these glasses. And much like with these plates, not a thing wrong with them. I would just recommend to clean them before, you know, using them. And I'd say these are definitely from like the early 2000s, because they still have their original stickers on both of them. Remember the Family Dollar, the stickers they used to use? And then if you see anything out there like at like a yard sale or something with these stickers on, you're like, oh my gosh, it's like, not only is it like new old stock, but it's like, these are so old. And I don't think these were ever used. Not just because of the good shape they're in, because, you know, they're plates and everything, you know. Usually they would be used and abused because they're plates. I don't know, again, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but the stickers are literally brand new. So if the stickers are new, then that means the plates were never washed, and the plates were never washed, they were never used. So here's the sticker, the $2 sticker. Isn't that cool? So here's this one, same thing. So I got me some new plates, well, more plates. And that's it for that thrift store. Now moving on to the Goodwill. Start out with this. Now this is for resale. So, growing up, my grandma had this same exact one. When my one cat girly, the fat gray tabby, was a little kitten, she went up behind it and I pushed it on the floor and it broke. And my grandma was so upset, and I told her not to worry, I'd put it back together for you. But again, I was no expert, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, restoration team is what I want to say, but not quite right. I wasn't an expert restorer of some sort, so I did the best I could with some gel glue. And you could definitely tell it was broken and there was some chips missing. I had the good side in the front and the bad side, which what used to be the front side and the back. And you could tell there was a noticeable chip and everything with the pieces that I could not find or put back together correctly because they were just so, like smashed up. It was almost like powder. So I did the best I could for her. She appreciated it. And then my dad and I went to one of our local antique stores, which I still currently go to with Jamie to this day. And they had this, and they had the original box that went with it. And my grandma also did have her box, but it was ruined because she had it in the basement. And before we cleaned the basement, she had like all her stuff down there, and we have a water problem. We have a humidifier now, so that seems to do the job. But we were working on getting a plumber to get things situated. That's another story for another day. But anyway, everything was just ruined, especially if it was a box. It was just wet, damp, and covered in mold. And of course, that box was ruined to hers. But I begged my dad to get me this. And being that it had its original box, I'm like, my grandma would love that as a replacement. We got it, and I never gave it to her because I forgot where I put it. Well, then, years later, she passed away. Just cleaning around the house nonchalantly. I took one look at it, and I'm like, this thing is falling apart because I went to wash in the sink. And because it wasn't glued together like no Picasso, it was just starting to fall apart. It didn't, but eventually it would. And if it fell again, that's the time when you would actually just go ahead and throw it away. But I did it the favor, and I just threw it away anyway. And I told my mom. And I told her, luckily for her, I have the replacement that my dad purchased to me years ago, just for this moment. And that's the one that I currently have downstairs. But then I stumbled upon yet another one. Unfortunately, this one no longer has its box. It has this stuff in it for like Easter eggs and stuff. So what I'm going to do is take the box to that one, put that with this one, and sell it. So that's exactly what I plan to do. And this is from, I think it's from the 90s. I don't know why I'm thinking about 94 for whatever reason, but the 90s. So there's that. And then I came across this guy. Look at this cute snowman. Oh my gosh, I love him. He is absolutely adorable. He has a butt tag, but it doesn't have a date on him or nothing. Apparently he's from New Jersey. Definitely the 90s, I'd say. Oh yeah, and by the way, I only paid $5.99 for this, so $6. And then this was only 99 cents, so $1. Not bad. He's in really good shape. Really good shape. He just needs a good delinting and washing. His hat and his gloves are velvet, very soft, and he has what is it, lint all over him. But yeah, he's in really nice shape. His bottom's hard. I feel like a cardboard's in there, so I don't think I'll be able to wash him if he has like a cardboard surface. I don't wanna ruin him. But a good surface wipe will do him justice, and delinting of his hat and everything, because he's really not all that dirty and doesn't smell like anything. So that's a good sign. And this looks like something you would just put like in your doorway, if you could stand up. That is a little tipsy, after the holidays and everything. But I really like him. He's so cute. Look at him. Look how cute he is. And then I picked these two guys. Now I'm a sucker for vintage Easter bunnies. I don't know. I just always liked these guys. Now, again, just like with all the other thrift store items I got from just the thrift store, the cookie jar and the Mickey Mouse versus the two Coca-Cola glasses and the plates with the fruits on them. Those were supposedly supposed to be for, resale, but I grown to love them too much, so I don't think I could let them go. But if I ever had to, I know I could, because there is resale there. So much like with this stuff, like I said, that what is it? Not a dish. We use ours for like notepads and stuff and paper. We have our pins in a separate thing to write on with, but anyway, that's for resale. Straight up, that's for resale. The snowman, no, that's mine. And these guys, I'm kind of on the fence of, should I keep them or should I sell them? So I'd say these both were a pair, or are a pair, from the same person. And they're like brand new too, except they just don't have their original tags no more. They're clean. They don't have any real smell. They do have kind of like that old smell, but not like the nasty old smell, but that old smell of like, like your grandma's basement, so to speak. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I keep saying that too. I'm sorry for repeating myself, but I really don't know what else to say. And good news, they both have their butt tags. That's always a plus. But for some reason, there's no date on them. Again, I'd say definitely from like the 90s. So this one's pink with purple bow, feet and ears, and this one's completely white with a pink bow, feet and ears, and they have jelly beans all on them. And they were only $3 each, so $6. Yeah, and see their flocked noses. So usually when stuffed animals have those flocked noses and they're used, abused, and thrown in and out of the washer and dryer constantly, that stuff usually rubs up, and you can also see lines in them, like from just getting scuffed and stuff. There's no imperfections on them, like whatsoever. Almost like somebody bought these for their kids, or maybe even their grandkids for like Easter way back in the day. And then that was it. And then they just put them away in the Easter bin until next year for like decoration, or they bought them for decoration. Maybe they didn't have kids. They bought them just to be put on display for Easter. And that was it. And they passed away, and somehow along the way they got transferred to the Goodwill where I went the other day and put my hands on them. But also, this guy's ears are way up in the air, and this one's are drooped. This one should have the ears that are way up in the air because he's like really colorful versus just the plain Jane white one. But his ears don't want to stand up, and I don't want to break them. They just won't stand up. So I think I might keep them. I really like them. I really like them. I can't get rid of them. Oh, I really like them. I really do. They're really cool. So once you go to the Goodwill and find like a pair like this, nowhere really. These guys are so neat. I really like them. Oh, I might just end up keeping them too. Oh, but yeah, here's this one. This pink one. This white and pink one. And then we got the pink and purple one. Or pink, white, and purple. So he's like the more uniquer one of the bunch, but I wish his ears would stand up. Oh. Guess he's a little shy versus the other one. Well, that's that from the Goodwill. So let's see, how much did I spend at the two thrift stores? Let's see. Oh, the first one, 15. About $31. And then with this, the Goodwill, 5. Let's see. About $12. And 31 plus 12 is 43. So not bad. Not bad for a day of thrifting. Also, hope you liked all that so far. About one more thing to, knock out this video with a bang. So I've been to New York for the first time. Now you're probably thinking, what, Maryland, Florida, New York? Would I win the lottery for like traveling place to place? No. Just gotta go where you end up. We go to Maryland at least once a year for vacation. Florida was for business. And then New York, well, I got something really cool in New York. Or should I say Long Island, which is all New York, right? But the outskirts. So I got this afterwards. Not just the bag, but I got this. And boy, was this expensive. So in this gift shop, they had snow globes, statues, magnets, t-shirts, hoodies, suitcases, everything you can imagine. And this was the only thing that really stood out to me. And I got another thing too. It was a pair of earrings for my mom. They had silver, gold. They had the Big Apple, Statue of Liberty, the city, some other things too. But this was the only pair, and it was in silver, which is what she likes more than gold. And it was like the Big Apple, but like the frame of the apple, and then inside the apple was the little city. And I thought that was really cute, so I got her that. And that was like $14.99, and this was a whopping $31.99. But I thought it was cute. And I'm not really a clock person, but the snow globes, I really couldn't decide. There was just so many. And then there was like a lot of duplicates, but they had them like in these little teeny tiny sizes to these really giant jumbo sizes, and I just didn't like the way they looked. And also, when I went to Florida, I'm going to Florida, I got that snow globe with the alligator base. The base was like an actual gator, and then inside the snow globe was a littler alligator, which I assume is its baby. And it's like, well, I already got a snow globe, and that was from Florida. Why not get this? And then I thought about the city that never sleeps. Constantly, they got the clock going, the clock tower. And I really liked the design of this, like I said, versus the snow globes too. So it would be a change up. I got this. Isn't that nice? New York. So it's the Big Apple with the city. Did I say town before too? I sound like such a clown. I got the Statue of Liberty and the bridge there and all that. That's the back of it. But yeah, I thought this was really nice. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah. gotta put that on display. So yeah, from Florida we got the Gator Snow Globe. New York we got the Big Apple Clock. Little city of Townsville. No, I'm just kidding. But I really liked it. I wouldn't say it's worth $31.99, but again, everything in New York is super expensive supposedly. And then there was a bunch of other shops, and people would say online with like reviews with them and stuff that don't go to this one because they charge more at that one. Don't go to this one because of so and so. So it was about 9:30 when we got back to like New York because we wanted to hit up one of the gift shops before leaving, and this was the only one that was supposedly open 24 hours. All the other ones closed around like 8:30. But after walking around the block when we parked, after we went into this gift shop, there was a couple others that were open. So they lied. The ones that were open until like 8:30 supposedly weren't closed, or maybe these were other ones that just didn't pop up online for looking when I went to look up the directions for like gift shops in New York. And it was really nothing special about those ones. They were like really tiny and probably already had the same thing that we just bought. So we didn't go in any of them, but I looked through like the windows and the open doorways when walking past them. And Jamie chimed in and said you probably won't even want to go in there because if you see what you just bought, you might get pretty angry because you paid more. And I'd say, yeah, that's probably the honest truth. So it is what it is. But I now have a very expensive little souvenir from New York that won't be nearly as worth as much as it is if ever were to be sold to anyone. So let me move this all out of the way. And I also now got a bag from New York that says, I love New York, but it says gifts. Oh well. But, now, why was I in Long Island? I'll show you why I was in Long Island. To make this video worthwhile. Ready for this? Oh boy. Oh, I can move them back far enough for you guys to see them. This is the pumpkin. A pumpkin. Actually, it's Mr. Pumpkin. Let's get all this off. Could have actually made his little introduction a little better, but hey. I'm tired. This is actually the first time I'll be taking off his protective layer, his bags. So doesn't that make you guys feel special? Whew. Alright. All this out here. Alright. So this is Mr. Pumpkin. He is about, the lady said 5 foot. I'd say he's about 4 foot maybe. He's as tall as my blow mold snowman I have from like the 90s. Ain't he neat? So even smells clean. Thumbs up. So the whole reason I took the drive to Long Island just for this guy and to stop into New York and take a look around, go to the gift shop and all that, make it worth their while. Which from where I'm at in Pennsylvania was only a 3-hour drive. It's not terribly bad, but the whole reason we drove all the way out there is because I've been talking to this lady. She was a very nice lady, so I have no problems, nothing to diss about. But because as of this week, if it were to go on any longer than it has been already, would have been 2 months and 2 weeks we would have been talking for. Now, we weren't constantly going back and forth, but at least every other week or so, I would message her and say, hey, were you able to get any sort of box for him to have him shipped out to me? Because originally this guy was only for local pickup only, but somehow I persuaded her to hold on to him until she'd be able to find him a box to have him shipped out to me, and she was having no luck. I did tell her she could have gone to the Walmart or the Home Depot, and usually if like a seller, for instance, isn't able to get a hold of like an actual large box, they get large, you know, like a jumbo box, I should say, but like they get the largest boxes they can get, like again at your local Walmart, Home Depot, or wherever else you go for boxes and all that sort of packing supplies. Online too, also. Usually they just tape them together until they get one big box out of it. And I told her, because again, I'm gonna have to pay for the shipping and everything. I'd be more than happy to pay her for all that stuff too, like all the different packing the materials she would need as well. I said I didn't even care if she put them in bubble wrap and all that. Just throw them on in, squish them down as best you could without damaging them, and ship them on out. But she just didn't seem like she was really pursuing it. And I did ask her once before. I mean, I could drive out there for him, and it seemed like she was really hesitant to have me come out for him, even though initially he was for local pickup only. But hey, she told me she wanted to try and keep the cost down for me. Long Island is a beautiful place, in New York and all that in general, but it's very costly, gas, time, and it's like I didn't mind. So after the 2 whole months and all that, and being that we were just in Florida, Jamie suggested, why don't you go and ask her again? And if she doesn't follow through with it this time, then I guess it just wasn't meant to be. But surely enough, I guess she just got sick of having them around and me constantly being at her every once in a while. Again, it wasn't every day, like harassment or anything. It was every once in a while, just because if she didn't update me, I don't know if she maybe just said get bent to me, basically, and would just stop talking to me altogether. So surely enough she would respond. But asked her once again, then she finally gave me her address. I said, okay, I'll be seeing it tomorrow. She was a really nice lady, and she was only asking $5 for them. I was gonna give her 10 for like the 2 months, 5 for one and 5 for the other, and she didn't want it. She said, no, you went through all that trouble just to come here and get him. You came all the way here from him, so he's yours. Just take him off my hands. And then she gave me 2 bottles of water. I didn't really want those, but she gave them me anyway, so be it. Yeah, I got Mr. Pumpkin. And he even has his butt tag. What does it say? Does it have a date? Oh, it doesn't. But supposedly he was made in Korea. So this guy, I guess, was in her family for a while. He's not super old, so I can't really say generations. She was an older lady. I'd say about 5 or 10 years older than my mom. But he was very well kept. Again, probably really didn't have around any kids, and again, only had him out for Halloween. Supposedly, she would have him out on display, like in the dining room or living room during, the holiday, and then, put him away, of course. He's from the 80s, and he's actually considered very rare. He's, a store display piece, if you will. I don't know why I said it like that. I came off like such a clown. He's a store display piece, or he was just something you, like one of those door greeters you bought back in the day and, have out on display like any other decoration during the holidays. But yeah, he's super soft. Not faded whatsoever. Very bright and colorful. His neck isn't tumbling over. He has a lot of muscle still there. And then his eyes and his nose are like felt cutouts. Or he has felt cutouts for eyes and his nose. And He has no pilling of any sorts, like any rubbage. Like, you know, if you rub a lot of rub against felt and stuff, or rub felt in general, over time it gets like pilled and ruined. None of that. And his mouth is like, feels like and looks like a shoelace, but it's not. It's just felt into the sewn into the shape of his mouth. So no pillage there. Or on his buttons. His straps fall down, but that's okay. That happens with all of us over time. Just can't support it anymore, you know? But yeah, he's in overall excellent shape. Let me look at his feet. Feet aren't dirty neither. So again, had him in a very clean spot. I probably will go over him with the lint brush very carefully, not over the eyes. They don't need it. And that's another way of how you ruin it. You go over felt too, with like a lint brush or something. You'll start to pull out the fibers. And I guess you could say the same for his fur in general, but there's no reason at all to go over them. But his body, maybe his feet, for lint and stuff. But again, he doesn't smell. He's in excellent condition. And this guy on Shmeebay currently, or on Worth Point, that have already sold. There's miniature versions of him, the big jumbo version like this one you're seeing. What was I just saying? Oh, I forget. But there's a smaller version of him, the larger versions of like the one you're seeing right here right now. The smaller versions go for at least $50 to $80. They say 80 is a little high on that for that. Like the smaller ones. 50, maybe that's a little fair. I'd say at least 30 maybe. And then this for this big guy, about $300 to $400. But again, I didn't get him for resale. I got him for keeps. I plan to hold on to him for the rest of my life. He's that special. I could say I went to Long Island and all that just for him. But yeah, there's one currently on Shmeebay, and he's in really deplorable condition. His head won't even stand up straight. And then there's a few others that are smaller than him, and their heads won't stand up, and one has a bobby pin in the back of his head, in, well, neck area, to keep him, up. So he's in excellent condition. He is a rare gem. I like his black overalls. The smaller ones have like these dark purple ones, and the big guy, like this guy, has the black. But yeah, as for all the other ones that were as big as him, have already sold on Worth Point, and much like the Mickey Scootalong toy, were in all really poor shape. Or the ones that are currently for sale are in poor shape, and they're asking on the like, now this guy, definitely worth the money. But I literally got him for free, just had to pay to get my gas tank filled, so I guess I consider that as much as I would, what I paid for him. I think it was like $40. So yeah, he's definitely worth about $40, maybe even 50. But yeah, he's so big I can't show you the whole thing on camera, so I'm gonna have to do a little point of view thing. And also, that's what I forgot to do in my last video with the Florida one. At the end, when I showed you all the goodies I brought home with, brought home with me. I was supposed to do a point of view look at some of the stuff I had. I totally forgot, so I apologize for that. But not this time. We ain't gonna mess up bad this time. So I want to be able to give you guys a really good look at these guys. They're really cool. So let me go ahead and do that. Hi everyone, as promised, here's your point of view look at Mr. Pumpkin. And that's his name. I don't know if I said it before actually. Here's his stem and everything. Though his stem's a little down, but other than that, he's in like perfect condition. Look at this guy. What a happy soul. And here's the overly priced New York clock, little souvenir thingy I got. And here's the two bunnies. And this, like I said, he just doesn't want to keep his ears up. Must be shy. Here's the snowman. And that thing. You're gonna get sick doing this, aren't you? Here's the plates. Glasses. The bunny cookie jar. Here's the chip on his ear here. And his hat. Well, it's in overall good shape. Like the colors. His happy face. And this is the Mickey Mouse. There's him. So he has like a blow. Hi everyone. Bonus clip. There wasn't supposed to be a bonus clip at the end of this video. When Mr. Pumpkin gave you a kiss goodbye, that was supposed to be the end of the video. But truth be told, this video was supposed to be uploaded last Sunday. It's now Friday. So, you know when you do that thing where you think you've done something, but in reality, you really never did it to begin with? Well, I thought just that. I thought I actually put the clips together, because again, I don't really edit. I just put lots of clips together to make one whole entire video. You know how it goes. You know, the videos from what I said before in the past. But I thought I've done that and then uploaded it to YouTube. But I never have. Kind of strange, huh? But no, that's pretty normal with me to do things like that. Or anyone else for that matter. Feel like I'm losing it. But no, in all seriousness, yeah, I thought I've already uploaded the video, but I guess I never really have. So, I guess you could say it's kind of a good thing, because I found one more thing that I can include into this video that was a thrift store find. And here it is. So I managed to pick this bad boy up for only 99 cents at the local Salvation Army. It's only $1. Not bad for how much it's actually worth, or what I was able to find. So apparently this is from the 60s, I guess, and it's a ceramic Chinese twin dragon bowl. Now there's a smaller version of it that goes for well, that's actually a couple of people I've seen on eBay and stuff. Well, Schmeebay, selling it for around $130. So your guess is as well as mine with how much a more bigger, heavier version of that smaller one would be. Only can't think of the words I'm trying to say here. Ugh, my brain's a mess. The only problem with that is that this on this side of the dragon was previously broken at some point in time with whomever originally owned it. Looks like they possibly dropped it, or they were holding it like this, and then they like knocked it off the side of like their counter in the kitchen or something, and they busted the whole top off, like a little portion of it, and then tried to glue it back together, but they didn't do a very good job because there's a lot of gaps and some very, very teeny tiny missing pieces, very small fragments missing. But I was thinking, since I really like this bowl, much like my long neck blue Italian kitty cat that my boyfriend sent out and got restored for me for my birthday. Yeah, restored. I don't know. I'm all a mess. I was thinking I would send this out to have professionally fixed as well, but for myself, So what they would do in this scenario, instead of all the pieces already being broken and scattered all over the place, or without having you to re-break the already broken pieces off just so they could put it all back together again, what they would do is probably put some sort of I mean, I know it is. I think they tell you what they use, but they use some sort of chemical or other, some sort of like paste that they put over it to, eat away at the old glue. And once all those broken pieces are now, you know, free, loose again, they clean them all up, plus around the surrounding area of where they're going to be repairing. And then they put all back together again, much like the original person did, but they're going to fill in the gaps with, ceramic or, well, I don't know, I guess some sort of filament, and then, paint it over and whatnot, glaze it, because this is glaze, much like my cat. But, anyway, I think I just might do that. I really, really like this dish. It's in beautiful shape, other than that. And no, that's original. Never mind. The only concerning part about this is I can't put any food in this. I mean, what's stopping me from doing so and then washing it off afterwards, like fruit and stuff, because I would consider this like a fruit bowl or like a plant pot planter. Yeah, jeez. But as you can see here, this wording all here, it has in, I think, 2 different languages. Well, the one that's in English says made in China, not for food use, may poison food. So yeah, I won't be putting any actual food in there. But like I said again, what's stopping me from doing so and then just washing it off in the sink and then eating it like you would do when picking up from the grocery store anyway. But being that it actually says that, there might be higher doses of like lead in this. Like, I have lead knickknacks. That's why my knickknacks are all so vibrant. I mean, they're from the 20s and all that. Anything supposedly before 1978 has lead in it, as to why they're still very bright and colorful. Because lead preserves the color, much like this. But, being that it's glazed over, but you're putting food in it and around it, I guess it wouldn't be very good. And I used to have these little stoppers, so it wouldn't be rubbing on your surfaces, but looks like they all seen better days, so I probably would get those replaced with felt ones if I were to have this sent out to be professionally restored. And this is what I was talking about with the crack. You could see that, see right here. I'll get a better shot of that in a minute for you all, like a point of view shot. And here's the inside. I washed the inside out and the bottom, so it was actually quite dirty, because when I had it on my knee like this in the, the store, looking over it and all that, left some dirt scuffs on my jeans. So I gave the bottom a good washing, the inside a good washing, but I didn't really clean these guys off because I felt there was really no need. They're not really, I mean, I guess I could, but they're not actually dirty, dusty, or anything. It was just the inside and the bottom that were actually pretty nasty, so I washed all that out. Dried it out, and here it is upstairs with me. But, continue talking more in a few minutes. My phone's about to die. So I'm going to cut the video and get right back with all of you in just a moment. Hi, everyone. We are back, as promised. Phone's fully charged at 100%, and we are ready to go with the continuation of the video, and in hopes of finishing it, as we are at the end. Don't know what I'm trying to do there, but hey. So here's the Dragon Bowl. As you can see, it's quite big and quite heavy. This is the what am I doing? This is the damage I was talking about right here. So it looks like it started here and went all around here like just a big chip, As I said before, if this was to get professionally restored back to how it once was prior, before the damage, they would use some sort of paste or I believe they say it's like a chemical, a liquid, a chemical in general, but like a liquid. And they would apply it to all of this, and then it would loosen up all the pieces, enable for them to, you know, remove all of it. And then once all the pieces are, are separated, they'd clean them up, clean this area up, and then, put it all back together again. And all these lines from where the pieces were put together, and this big opening with this little missing piece, looks to be a triangle. Yeah, broken piece of triangle. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Would be filled in and then painted over and then glazed again, in that area. And then there's these little holes here and there. I don't believe to say there's any more that I can actually see or that I have seen. I believe those are, or not believe, but I know those aren't fractures. That's, that's a part of it. If anyone wants to say, oh, Dana, there's, looks like, appears to be there's like more damage to your piece. No, there's not. That's just a part of it. It's all a part of the ceramic. Probably to air out these a little better, because if there weren't any holes there, it probably wouldn't get, probably wouldn't end up drying correctly, or well, curing, right? As for the inside of the dragons, they are dry. They're not, they're like chalky. They're not glazed like the inside and the bottom and the whole thing, the whole enchilada in general. Because there's nothing to put in there unless you want to put a cigar in its mouth. But I don't think it's going to be smoking anything. It wants to live healthy, gosh darn it. Look, trying to share fruit after all. But yeah, unlike my cookie jar up there, the smiley, that's glazed on the inside. Those mugs, even my flower pots, because if there was to get any water or anything else in there that would make it, dirty, you'd be able to clean it easily without ruining the ceramic. If you were to put water inside their mouths, you might end up ruining them, because it would be hard to get out, because it only goes from their head to tail. There's no other areas that are open for the water to exit. So it's kind of the whole reason I didn't really want to wash the whole thing. Plus, like I said, there's damage here and I don't want any water getting in there. I'll leave that to the professionals. But yeah, I did wash this extensively, all around here, the inner walls, the bottom, the underneath, of course. And like I said too, the dragons themselves really aren't dirty or dusty or anything for that matter. It was just the bottom and the inside of it that was. Looks like I lost a foot, but that's okay. Again, when I eventually go to have this professionally restored, I don't know why I have to keep saying professionally, well, restored in general, I'll probably have him put little felted footies on, felted feet. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, they're falling apart. They're like foam or something. But here's an all-around look at these dragons. They are cool. It's like we're on a gosh darn merry-go-round. I also wanted to show you their little feet. See, they have like little chicken feet. Doesn't look all that good over on that side. This side actually looks better, more detailed. Of course, it's the broken side that is. He has these little chicken feet. And this thing is heavy. But that's all for that, I guess. Oh, and there was one more thing I wanted to say. I don't know why I wanted to, but yeah, I guess I'll say it anyway. So, I've been binge watching a lot of these other YouTube channels with people going to garage sales and flea markets and thrift stores, hunting down them good deals for things to buy for resale to make the big bucks. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nowadays, it's really, We are living in a very, I'd say, bad time in history. Money is, you know, very, tough nowadays. So, more power to you if you can buy some things for cheap and turn them around online for the big bucks, for profit. But, I don't know, I just find it to be such a common thing. I actually say it's actually quite ridiculous. There's like no genuine people out there just buying things because they like those things. Like, I don't know, like back in the day, you would have bought something at the flea market or the thrift store because you genuinely liked that. You wanted it to be a part of your collection. Something you'd hold on to for, family generations, perhaps. But nowadays, everybody just sees it as a game. They go buy these things for cheap and sell them for big bucks online. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. I myself will buy things for resale. If it's at the right price, of course, much like these people. But I don't all the time do that. I really don't. I usually just buy things to keep for like the rest of my life, to pass down to possibly my children one day, something like that. I genuinely like to collect things. I collect and I sell and I sell and I collect, but I think I collect more than I do sell. If we weren't in such hard times, I think I'd sell just a little bit more, but hey, what are you gonna do? But yeah, I love to collect, as you can see. I love collecting. But as with collecting, you also sell. But a lot of these people just, I don't know, they just feel so fake. Like, I'm going here strictly just to pick up things for resale. And maybe, rarely, in some of these videos, they pick up maybe 1 or 2 things to actually keep for themselves. But I feel like I'm one of those people that literally go to the thrift stores and antique stores and, flea markets and all that to actually buy things that I'm actually wanting to keep and not for resale. And like I said, for the, this will be probably the 3rd time I'm saying this, there's nothing wrong with doing that. More power to you. We all gotta make money somehow. But it's just like, I just want to see another video of somebody else literally buying things just to keep them. To add to their collection. Not just to make profit, It's just like, what happened to that genuineness that there once was in the world? Like, I'm buying this to add to my collection. Look how much my collection has grown. Not, I'm going there and buying all this just to post online to make some money, I know where I'm going with this. I guess I do. But I don't know. I just wanted to put that out there, that I just find it really silly that that's all I'm watching is making profit, not actually like, keeping it or repurposing it to keep it. Just, strictly just going there to buy this and that to sell, and that's it. I don't know. But I guess that's it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time, and we'll be getting this video out this Sunday, which will be Sunday when I actually do post it. So, toodaloos for now. Bye-bye.